All right, let's get into it. We're going to be going on to the male reproductive anatomy right here in this one. So let's get into it, baby. It's a good one. It's actually really surprising how strangely complicated and convoluted the male reproductive system is. Vaginas and penises developmentally are the same thing. Like the head of the penis is the clitoris. It's just one is sticking out and one is sticking in. Very strange. And the way that the male reproductive system is organized, from the outside it looks really simple and straightforward, but if you look at it on the inside, it's real dumb. It makes no sense. All right, so we're going to kind of get into that. And we'll draw a little front of a human here. And, you know, we're just going to get right into the goods. Right there. I actually wanted to kind of... This thing is going to be a full page here. You know, that looks a little flat there on the front. Let me try to make it a little... All right, we'll go with the big head. Looks better. All right. Not terrible. Okay. Come down a little bit. We got our scrotum. Okay, what happened there? All right, well, we'll just go with it. That's fine. Kind of like the scrotum, so we'll just go with it. Okay, come around the back here. Boom. Got our anus. And we'll call that our butt cheek. Beautiful. Not super happy with this one. All right. We'll go with it. Okay. Could be worse. All right. Well, I guess we'll start down here. This part is part where the male gametes are made. This is the testes. We'll come back through and label all this stuff. Actually, there's this kind of specialized part in the back of the testes. And we'll talk about this again in the future, something like this. And let's draw the urinary system. Let's go to the front here. Oops, don't want that. Oh, no. Okay. I gotta draw this with two hands. All right, that's not bad. It's hard to draw a thin tube like this with a mouse. Oh boy. Let me zoom in. Help myself out here a bit. Okay, good. Oh, God. All right, I'm just going to go with that. All right, so this is the urethra, and it's going to connect up here to the bladder. It's not what I wanted. Okay, so this is going to come around and connect up to the bladder. Doesn't get that big. Okay. And we'll have a nice big. This is not, doesn't look exactly like this, obviously. It's going to be a little different. This will be the bladder. Okay. And this here is going to be the urethra. Urethra. All right, within the penis, all of this. How do I exactly want to do this? Let's like this. How's that look? No, it doesn't look quite right. Don't really like that. I'll do it in regular pencil. Okay, so all of this comes up around, kind of goes back like this, and swoops back in. This is the erectile tissue, so this is what engorges with blood to erect the penis. All right. All right, now that's all pretty normal. This is the erectile tissue. Nothing too crazy yet, erectile tissue. Seems pretty normal. All right. We got our testes. Testicle. Testes. And we've got this guy up here is called epididymis. Epididymis? Epididymis. And so far not that weird, but now it's going to get weird. All right. So now coming up out of the epididymis, we've got a tube. And this tube goes down. Okay, that's a little weird already. Comes up. Goes up and out of the scrotum. Wraps up and around. Comes around like this. And then it snakes back. Right into the urethra. Like that. Okay? I drew it kind of a little too far down. It's okay though. We'll live. Okay, now wrapped around this, we've got a couple of extra organs. Okay? So we've got right here, we've got a big boy called the prostate. Right here, so this is a prostate. Prostate. And then we've got right attached along with that, kind of in the back here, let's draw it in this darker blue. Kind of, there's its own little tube. Draw like that. This is not perfect. I'm sorry, guys. It's okay, though. This is the seminal vesicle. And it attaches this same little tube, which then attaches to the urethra. Kind of goes through the prostate like so, and the urethra goes through the prostate as well. All right, you already see how complicated this is. All right, that's the prostate. This boy's the seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle. Okay. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Okay. One more. One more little guy kind of right down here. We got another little gland. And we'll draw him like this. Something like that. And he's got a little tube that comes out of him to go right into the urethra. Okay, this guy in green is the bulbourethral gland. Bulbourethral gland. Okay, so we got our prostate, our bulbourethral gland, and our seminal vesicle. And coming up here, we got some like bunch of muscle. Like so. And then we've got, I'm not going to draw all of it, but this is our rectum, part of our digestive system. So this is our rectum. Rectum. This is our anus, obviously. And that's like the muscle around our anal sphincter. Okay. Did I leave anything out? Yeah, this is the scrotum here. Scrotum. Scrotum. The bat wing, if you will. Scrotum. Yeah, another thing I wanted to mention right here. This is the ductus deferens. All right, we'll come back to that. Urethra, bladder, erectile tissue. Okay, one little side note. We're talking about the function here of all of this, but you know, little secret, little tips, I guess I want to get about like where the G spots are. So when it comes to the male G spot, the prostate is called the male G spot. And how do you get there? How do you feel that? You can get to it from pushing down here, or you can get to it from inside here, inside the rectum. All right, that's the male G spot. And let's talk about what these bad boys do. Okay, so the testes, right? This is actually the urinary system, the bladder and the urethra. This is our sewer system, right? To get rid of our wastes. This is our sewer system as well. Well, in men, the party in the sewer system is in the exact same, comes out of the exact same hole, comes out of the urethra. So let's talk about what these do. All right, well, the testes, we'll just do this over here. We'll have this up here so we can see. Testes. What do these bad boys do? These make sperm. That's where the sperm are made, and we'll go into details about that. Okay, and it's about 20 to 40 million a day. It's quite a lot. 20 to 40 million sperm a day. And an ejaculation will contain about 200 to 600 million sperm. All right, so you do the math there. I don't know how many sperm we're making a second, but it's quite a lot. That's quite a lot of sperm. Okay, so that's what's going on in the testes, and we'll go into the details on that. All right, seminal vesicle. That's this blue guy here. What's that thing? So we got sperm during ejaculation. I'm going to put that over here. Ejaculation, which is like, you know, the release of the sperm. Sperm are going to come up here through the ductus deferens, and then they're going to mix with fluid from the seminal vesicle. All right, so seminal vesicle, what's that bad boy doing? Seminal vesicle, what's that guy doing? Does a lot, actually. Pretty nifty. So most of it's a very watery substance. Most of the fluid, it's about 60% of the ejaculation, of the ejaculate. Volume. Ejaculate's volume comes from the seminal vesicle. Okay, so what is the purpose of this? Well, first, one of the things it contains is fructose. Why would we want to have fructose in there? Well, what's coming up here? Sperm. What does sperm got to do? They got to swim to the frickin' egg. Okay? We've not drawn the female anatomy yet, but you'll see how crazy that is. They got all these mitochondria. We got to power these mitochondria so we can power this tail. So, seminal vesicle releases fructose to feed the sperms. All right, it's a sugar. Fructose is a sugar. If you remember that, it comes from fruit. Fruit of the loom. Think about it. Okay, it also secretes a basic compound. The pH is around, I think it's like 8. It's around 8. And that's because, why would we want to do this? Because the vagina, which we'll talk about, is very acidic. So the vagina needs to be neutralized. That's right. Got to neutralize that vagina. Sperm swim best at a pH of 6. Why is the vagina very acidic? I know we're kind of getting into female stuff, but the vagina is very acidic to protect itself from infections. It's hard for bacteria to grow in a pH of 3 or 4. Very acidic. The vagina is a pH of 3 or 4. That's like tomato juice, coffee. Yeah, mate, citrus. Okay. It also releases, and last but not least, it releases something called, and this one's pretty cool, prostaglandins. Okay. Which cause muscle contraction in the uterus. Why would we want to do that? This is also the same hormone that is released during menstrual cramps. Same thing. Also causes menstrual cramps. This will maybe make more sense. Menstrual. Don't know how to spell that word. Menstrual cramps. When we get to the female anatomy, but this causes contractions in the uterus to kind of create a vacuum to suck sperm into the uterus. So it's like a little trick of the seminal vesicle understanding the physiology of the uterus. Okay, seminal vesicle's doing a lot. Look at all that. Seminal vesicle is doing a lot. It's like really, this is like a good wingman to the testes. All right, seminal vesicle, don't forget it. It's doing a lot. All right, prostate. Other than being the male G-spot, what is this thing doing? This secretes enzymes. To keep the semen. Semen is the fluid ejaculate. The semen, liquidy. Liquefied. That's the word I'm looking for. Secrete enzymes to keep the semen liquefied. Semen is this is the ejaculate. Okay. It's the sperm and all the other stuff mixed together. It also it has a pH of like 7, so it kind of helps buffer the pH. Doesn't make sure it's not too basic when it's coming out. Helps buffer the pH, and it also has other nutrients for sperm. So it's helping also to feed the sperm. That's what the prostate is doing, also known as the male G-spot. Okay, and let's take a step back here. Let's take a step back. I went and did yoga. My back is feeling better, but it is still not good. Okay, all of this is happening during ejaculation. Okay, so during orgasm. Okay, ejaculation / orgasm. Not organism, orgasm. There we go. All right, what is this guy then doing? What is this little guy right here doing? The bulbourethral gland. You see it's way down at the end, actually. And we're operating with a sewer system and a party system. Okay? So, what is this bulbourethral gland doing? Well, the bulbo, other than have a sick name, urethral gland, this one's activated during arousal. Activated during arousal. Not aerosol. Arousal. There we go. Activated during arousal. This is your little early drips. All right. These secretions help neutralize any urine, so the pH from the urine neutralize and wash away any urine, because we don't want the acidic urine in there. And helps lubricate the urethra for semen, so that it can come through. All right, it's pretty cool. Urine is acidic. Acidic. Okay. That's the bulbourethral gland. All right. Boop, 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 boop. I think I got everything I want to talk about. Yeah, I did. All right, we'll come back in the next one and talk about sperm production. All right, I'll see you in the next one. That is the male reproductive anatomy. And it's weird, dude. It like wraps around. Okay, so here's actually one last little thing. Why this? Why have our sperm production dangling outside of our bodies like this? Like, why do we have our testes hanging way down outside of our body like this? That doesn't make any sense. You're going to, our reproductive structure to make sperm, to make more of us, we're just going to have dangling down outside between our legs? That seems unsafe. I'd much rather them be tucked up inside my body. Why ain't they? That's how ovaries do it. We'll talk about this in the next one, but sperm production happens better at. Save it for the next one. Cliffhanger.